we need to talk about Hillary Clinton because somehow she's going to come forward and talk about the Epstein Files. And well, on Epstein we have no links, as in she has no links to Epstein besides her husband. My husband took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him. Let's analyze Hillary's body language. I don't know if this is fresh or new or what, but we need to talk about this. Let's play this video.
Do you regret the links that there have been?
Okay, we have a problem with the captions now. Let's go back to the captions, okay?
We have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work.
The question is, in which years did those plane rides took place? Because if those took place after 2009, then they already knew they were heavily into politics. You know that we need to address something that is objectively true. I mean, Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are behemoths in terms of politics. We need to address that they have been, even if you don't agree with their intentions or their ethics or lack thereof, they are bona fide behemoths in politics since a very young age. So how can you be so savvy in politics and knowing how important are optics for politics and just going for a ride with a guy who was convicted of literal pedophilia back in the day? I don't know. Again, it's maybe they forgot to Google the dude. They did not do their due diligence. Maybe their assistant forgot to mention, hey, you know what? In 2009, he was in prison for soliciting and procuring underage prostitution. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Maybe the guy is better now. And yeah, I should talk about Bannon as well, because Bannon was instrumental in trying to clean up his image. Steve Bannon, the things that are popping up about Steve Bannon are even worse than the things that we're seeing about Hillary, because yeah, it's not that much about Hillary, but yes, it's more about Bill. So again, it's a bit disingenuous from Hillary to say, oh yeah, it was just a couple of rides for his charitable work, and that's it.
I don't recall ever meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it to me is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about.
Okay, so she is trying to reframe this, that we are not talking about this. We are talking about what? That's a way of reframing the topic of the question, or reframing what is being addressed in the question and her answer.
They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus.
And again, she's saying, I don't know, that is the end of the clip. And we have just a few seconds of Hillary Clinton talking about Jeffrey Epstein and Bill Clinton and horrific crimes and having nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. But at the same time, she said the words horrific crimes.
Were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women.
I'm going to repeat that again, just in case for those at the back haven't heard properly her words.
They are accused, and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women.
Do you understand how her own narrative of whatever, it's no big deal, she started this clip arguing that it was not a big deal, that she never met the guy in person, that Bill just went with him and his plane a few times for charitable work, and that's it. And this clip, this whole clip, is 47 seconds. 47 seconds long. This is shorter than your regular TikTok vertical slop. And Hillary at the same time dismisses as no big deal and at the same time acknowledges that Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell committed horrendous crimes. And she's saying this is not about our connections with him. I mean, Bill Clinton, former president of the United States, traveled several times. What is the word that Hillary uses? That is important.
You know, we have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said.
Clear record. Notice the word clear, which can have the two meanings. They have been open about that, transparent about that. Well, I did not fly with that man. You can guess that is the kind of transparency that we are talking about. And at the same, she's very savvy with words. She's using the word clear because at the same time, it resounds in our brains, our minds, as in, okay, they are clear of any wrongdoing. It's a very clever way of using one word to convey two things at once. And in a sentence that, in fact, she wants to say that, okay, we have been clear about this. But it's the use of a word that can have two meanings. What is important here?
He took some rides on the airplane for his charity.
He took some rides. How much do you think it's some rides? Let's ask Gemini in this case. I'm going to ask Gemini how many times. How it is did Bill Clinton travel in a plane? See Gemini's answer. Okay, this varies depending on whether you count individual flight legs or overall trips. When we talk about trips, was 4 to 6 major trips, and among those trips were 26 to 27 flight legs, as in a trajectory from one point to the other. So when she talks about rides, she is also using a word that is quite vague. She's not talking about the trips. She's not talking about the legs. She's talking about rides, a word that can be subject to misinterpretation. Again, to be vague about the fact that it was 6 major trips with the guy. And one thing that we need to make clear, this is important. Interesting. I was wrong. I have to acknowledge that I'm wrong. This happened from 2002 to 2003. Oh, okay, so it happened before the conviction. We need to address. Okay, this happened before the conviction. My question is, why didn't Hillary mention that? Because if I was Hillary's PR manager, I would say you have to mention over and over again. You have to drive the point home that because the flight logs were unsealed in 2019. It's perfect. You could say, yeah, Bill was in these trips, but it was before Jeffrey Epstein was convicted. Why didn't Hillary say that? I don't know. But again, this changes. This is interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that is interesting. But why didn't Hillary say that?
I don't recall ever meeting him.
Did you ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiatives.
So she did meet Ghislaine Maxwell, and even if she says that thousands of people went to the Clinton Global Initiative, she does remember Ghislaine Maxwell. Why does she remember Ghislaine Maxwell? Right, I don't know. At the same time, I don't know if Gemini is right about this. I'm going to, just in case, ask the question, now that we're here, I'm going to ask Grok this time. I'm going to use 2 AIs just in case. Did Bill Clinton travel with Epstein after 2009. Let's see what happens here. Grok is gonna take a bit longer. Have that on expert, so he's gonna bring the receipts. Yeah, the basket of deplorables. Yeah, Grok confirms that no, Bill Clinton did not travel with Jeffrey Epstein after 2009. All documented flights by Bill Clinton on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet occurred much earlier, specifically between 2001 and 2003, with the last confirmed trip in November 2003. So that is interesting as well. Oh, I think I didn't know that. But that is interesting. Maxwell was at Chelsea's wedding. Interesting. Yeah, you have to check many of those. I don't trust a single AI. I try to check in many of them, but again, and maybe we can check on ChatGPT as well. But I think that that would be interesting when they go for those sworn statements later in this month. But let me know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love. And